Hello. We're just about to start. All right. So hopefully everyone's having a good day. So, I've kept you updated, but the family drama is over. Luckily my sister made a recovery. She had a pretty nasty reaction to her wisdom teeth being taken out. But we're all good now. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to pile in before we get into the news. But we're gonna start out as usual looking at Bitcoin. Alright, so if I could get a sound check, make sure we're all good on your guys' end. On Streamlabs here, it's looking like our sound's good. So, earlier this week, we had a little bit of a dip, but I told you guys not to panic. We were either going to hit 9,600 or we were going to hit 10,002. That's just the way it was going to be. This is our parabolic curve that we've been talking about. I mean, this one's not as parabolic because it's not uprising, but it's our swing curve right now that we're using. And you can tell this line was not even adjusted. It's been the same as it's always been. We basically touched right off of it, then we had a bounce. So, looks like earlier today, we did have a 10,200 test. I did get the update while I was driving, but as I always do, I have my market cipher. I just reset it just now, but I have it set for a blood diamond warning. And we had a little bit of a dip, but seem to be recovering right now a little bit. We're hovering just over 10,100. I'm gonna get here into Bybit real quick. All right. Sorry guys, just getting everything set up here. So, before we ever start, you have to identify the trading environment that you're in. So we're going to start out by looking at the 4-hour. Make sure I'm not missing. So you can see here, this is pretty similar to the chart I posted last night. We were either going to keep building bullish momentum or we were going to go to the downside. And you can tell, quite obviously, we did pop to the upside. But the movement so far has been irrelevant on the momentum indicator because we haven't even built anything here on the 4-hour. So, and this is what initiated our sell-off, was right here. This is what caused our dump. And, something to keep in mind, though, guys. It's what could propel this. It's what could propel this if we do catch some buys. We are very thick in the red right now. This is our money flow index. We are pretty in the red right now. So we're going to go down. Let's check our 2-hour. So it actually looks like here we're trying to form a small makeshift. It's not perfect, but it looks like we're trying to form a trigger wave. This is too early to tell. And looking at this on the 2-hour, I don't like how this is looking right now. We look here, we have popped it to the upside here, but it looks like we're trying to round this off. And if this is the case, we're not even going to make a higher high in bullish momentum. So this would definitely So definitely lead at least to a little bit of a sell-off. Let's go down to our 1 hour. So our 1 hour looks good. The 1 hour showing a little bit more bullish momentum. You know, we're still making lower levels. I mean, the bullish momentum is higher, don't get me wrong. We're still definitely making lower lows, but the bullish momentum is obviously much higher than what we're seeing on the higher time frames. So we're gonna keep going down. We're gonna see the environment we're trading in. So the 30-minute shows that we are climbing. Now this would be a nice indicator here. As you can see, we had our high right here, and this is a lower high on bearish momentum. Let's see how we look on the 15. We still look good. Let's check even the 5-minute. Let's see if we can see anything. All right. So, you know, honestly, just looking at market Cipher right now, honestly, we're not really we're not leaning towards any direction right now. We're definitely in a neutral trading pattern, especially here on the 5-minute, because you have your high, lower high, and another lower high. And it seems like every time frame is kind of flip-flopped on what we're going to do. I mean, generally, I do like looking at the higher time frames, but I've noticed here lately, especially the short-term time frames, they tend to kind of point the direction we're going to be going in. So far, we have yet to even build any bullish momentum. So this could definitely, I mean, on the 4 hour, we haven't even popped to the upside yet. And this is actually a very good signal here on the 4 hour. So we're going to be patient. We're going to let the market help us decide what direction we're going to be trading in. So that's market Cipher A. And they're both going to make me log out. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but if you're on TradingView too long, it seems to log me out. Not log me out, but it hides my invite-only scripts. It's super annoying. See if that works. There you go. Alright, so now we're going to check our aggro cap. I'm going to go to our V1. So we're going to start with our 3 hour. So 3 hour, we had our nice short signal here at 10,000, let's just say 600. So we're showing resistance just above it. So let's see what the lower time frames are showing. So right now, the lower time frames on the 5-minute, you can kind of see right here, we threw our short signal at roughly 10,150. So we had about a $100 swing, and we're showing resistance here literally about the same point, 10,150. You know, right for Bitcoin right now, if we can close a 2 to 4 hour candle above 10,200, I would be leaning a little bit long right now. But until we can actually break and hold above 10,200 for, I mean, a good 4 hours, I really don't want to be too bullish on Bitcoin right now. Go to our V2. So right now we're holding this support level. The support level is just about 10,070 here on the 5. Or I guess this needs to be on the 1 minute. Give me just a second. All right, that makes a lot more sense. So, you know, on the Aggro Capital arsenal of indicators, it's looking like we have some nice resistance here at about 10,160, 170. So let's see how we can hold, or if we can hold. You know, Bitcoin's trying. I'd like us to hold this 10,000 mark. You know, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I really don't want to see Bitcoin break 9,800. I'm not so sure we can hold that 9,000, 9,200 support again. Look at XRP 28 cents, guys. Remember Bitcoin 6,000, you know, in the bear market, how it held? We had so many touch points, and when that support broke, it got severely nasty. Honestly, I'm just going to be straight with you guys. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's go to our moving averages. Let's go to our daily. So right now, guys, I don't want to be that guy, but you can see every time we bounce off the EMA 100, which is this Tron blue line, this is what's going to mark the end of this bull run. I'm serious. If you look, we have held this blue line since the moment we started taking off at 3,800. If we break the EMA 100 on the daily, which right now that's sitting at about 9,500. If we break that, this is going to be the end of the bull market. This is all my opinion. But if you look at the data, it acted as resistance in our prior bear market. We broke above it, and ever since then, it is basically, you can even see our more near-term dumps. We've bounced off of it every single time. So I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't just go in short the moment you see us break it, because it could be a trap. But this blue line right here, guys, you don't want to break that. You don't want to. Because if you do, your next moving average is, granted, our next moving average is sitting under major support or above it, which is 7,500. I know you're 0.5. I know everyone's like, okay, you're 0.5 fib. Guys, yes, you generally retrace 50%, but you do not want these moving averages on the daily time scale to become resistances. You just don't. And you're starting to see, literally, look at this, guys. We're getting this curvature down like we did right here. They're starting to coil up. So, just be very careful, okay? But for me, this is just my opinion. This is how I'm trading this market right now. If you break the EMA 100 on the daily, that's going to be the start of the bear market. Because right now your last hope is at your major resistance level at 7,500, and you actually have your EMA 200 here, just under 8,000. So maybe we do bounce off this and go back up. That's very possible. But as we found out last bear market, once 10,000 breaks and you go to the downside dramatically, and you break your major moving averages, it's going to become major resistance. And not only that, all your moving averages could become resistance levels. You're going to start getting that downward slanting pressure. This is all my opinion, guys, but it's just something to look at your own investing strategy. Check your daily time frames and watch your EMA 100. You can tell how low it was. We were bouncing off of it on our prior lows, and right now, like I said, that's sitting just at about $9,500. So that is not a mark you want to break. Yeah, it might be a little slow. I've noticed the Discord's been pretty slow the last couple days. Now, sometimes I think some people think you can only trade Bitcoin when it goes up. It's definitely not true. This is another thing to look at on your daily, because you know I love my SMA 5 and 10. You have your green and your red. They're about to bearishly converge. You know, I want Bitcoin to go up, but right now, the way it stands now, you know, the way it's looking, guys, I would almost be I would be looking to short this bounce. You know, I guess we do have our September, what is it, 10th or 12th, the back launch. But you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, guys, because that thing has been delayed so many times now. And the last time we relied on institutional investors to pump the Bitcoin market, it marked the beginning of the bear run. December 16th, December 2017. And you can see here on your 4-hour on Bitcoin. Right now you're 13 right here, which is your yellow. It's acting as resistance.
You know we came to get down.
So, looking at Bitcoin though, the key areas you want to hold, you know, it's going to be very turbulent, guys. I have a feeling the next few, we have a very important month leading into Bitcoin right now. If we're going to have a bull run, it's because we're going to have speculation into the the futures launch, which is, you know, if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be settled in Bitcoin instead of cash. So theoretically, that should help pump Bitcoin. But I'm a little bit weary on when people put all their eggs for institutional investors to pump their bags. I mean, seriously, I remember everybody in 2017 in December, there was so much hype for the futures launch. Got some bass nectar playing right now, but you know, the key areas you want to hold on Bitcoin, you really want to hold the 9,700 area, 9,600 area, but you know, as we just talked about, please keep this in your charts. It's going to be very, very important. Let's make this a little bigger right now. Your Tron blue line. This is your EMA 100. Keep a very close eye on this. In my opinion, if you break the EMA 100 on the daily time scale, it's going to mark possibly the beginning of a bear market. I mean, because your last hope will be your major support before we took off, which is about the 7,800 area. And if I believe right, that's where your 786 retracement is. Maybe it's yours. We'll look at the fibs here in a little bit. But your last hope will be this area. You'll have that support under 8,000, and you'll have your EMA 200. I mean, but you're literally looking at a 30% drop. I mean, yes. And I know everyone's calling for 85, 8,600, your 0.5 fib. Just because there's a fib there doesn't mean you have to bounce off of it. Yes, when you go parabolic, you generally retrace 50%. But there's no rule that says you always have to bounce off the 0.5. So keep an eye on it. Right now, your 0.5 fib, you know, it's about at 95, 9600. Very, very important. Because the thing is market makers, they're smart. They know everyone can just pull up a chart and do a simple fib retracement. Everyone and their mom the last month has been calling for 8,500, 8,600. It would not shock me the bit to see all these people jump in at 85, 8,600 and just watch them drop the ball on everyone. I mean, because seriously, what YouTuber isn't calling for 8,500 right now? I mean, everyone is. You know, because I've been in this crypto game a while. Generally if something seems too good to be true, it generally is in crypto. So just be wary. We could bounce at 85, 8,600. This is all, now guys, when I say this, I'm not saying we're about to go into a giant bear market. I'm just giving you a key area to look for if we break 9,500 to the downside, because there is no, down here, when we fell initially, we had that support. That's what was saving us. It was here at 9,000. It was also here at 9,500. You know, the last couple dips, it's been here to save us. There's nothing this time there. There's nothing here that will save us. Except like I said, you do have your EMA 200. And I guess your 0.5 is here at 85, so we'll see. But until we can really break, let's see here. I mean, this is just, it's really clear as day, guys. I've had a lot of free time the last couple days. I know I've been spending it with family, but I mean, lower high, lower high, lower high. And we actually talked about it on stream. I can't think of who came up with it. But they were showing some chart that had us going to 96, 9,700. Maybe that does happen. This would follow the parabolic trend, but once again, you would be forming another lower high. So, and for me to turn extremely bullish on Bitcoin, I'm talking like going after new highs or chasing our old high, like 15, 16,000 above. My signal's going to be 13,300. You break 13,300, I'm going to be extremely bullish. Because you're going to invalidate this lower high, and you're going to invalidate, and it would basically invalidate this entire pattern. So 13,250, 13,300. That's my buy signal. I say buy signal. That's my extreme bull buy signal. How you doing, Armacida? Hey, I found it on, I think it's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch the the Matrix for the first time. There's this new show that's on Amazon Prime right now. It's like a superhero show. I can't think of the name of it. It's so good. It's actually made by the guy that makes Supernatural, the TV show on CW. Who's the pot smoking guy? Seth Rogen. It's called The Boys. It's on Amazon Prime. Oh my gosh, that show is amazing. If you like an adult version of like Marvel, it's a great show. I have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, but I'm finally gonna get to watching The Matrix tonight. Ugh. So right now on Bitcoin, looking at the 4-hour, the key area for us to break, we really need to close a 4-hour candle, at least a 2, but preferably a 4-hour above 10,200. If we can do that, I think we'll at least go to test the 10.4 to 10.6 area, and you can tell that by right here. But no, I do have some good news, guys. So no, I'll announce it a little bit later in the stream. I know more people pile in between like 9 o'clock, 10. But I do have some upgrades to the stream coming. I got a pretty nice mic I ordered. See if I can actually pull it up here. I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it. This is what I ordered. It had the best reviews on Amazon. It was the only 5-star mic I could find. So I got a professional mic, and this kind of leads into the news that I'm going to be saying here, here in a little bit tonight. I already announced it on Discord, but I know everyone's not on Discord. But we literally have a huge opportunity that's possibly about to happen that I think is going to massively grow our community family. I'm super excited for it. He's one of the guys I look up to in the crypto industry. So I'm super excited. Not to give you guys a cliffhanger, but I don't want to have to repeat it, over and over. So I'm going to wait for us to get a little bit fuller tonight. But besides that, I'm super excited to, get a more legit mic. So that'll be cool. I'm kind of ready to get, I know this gamer headset's awesome and all, but it'll be nice to get I don't want to feel like I'm playing video games and trading, it'd be nice to actually have like a really nice setup. So let's take a look at market Cipher. 4-hour, we're showing some nice divergence here. But as we looked at, at the start of the stream, it's very, market Cipher right now is very undecided. And the way I can show that is right here. So on your 1-hour, you're showing weaker, so the 4-hour we just looked at, you're definitely showing, you can even see it right here. This bullish momentum played off, but it's still, yes, it's higher than this, but this reaction's already played off. Compared to this, we've made a much, it's not much, but we have made a lower high in momentum. If we go to the 3-hour, you can see how this played off, but it looks like we're getting close to rounding this off over here. If we can break and not grow higher than this, and another good thing on the more closer time frames, see how your money flow was red right here? See how red it was? Look at it now. It's no longer red, and you're building to the upside. You're making ever so slightly lower levels of bearish momentum. And then your 5 minute, I don't put too much into this. It looks like you could be building some negative momentum here. And you can just tell you have literally quadruple bearish divergence on the 5 minute. Which, don't put too much into this, guys. It's the 5 minute. So, right now, I'm leaning honestly neutral. If we look to go under 10,000, I may open a small short. But if I'm going to be bullish here, I need to see a 4-hour close above 10,200. If we can do that, you know, as we said earlier, I think we'll test the 10.4 to 10.6 mark. You know, 10.6 is where our resistance starts. All right. So XRP, if you remember our old charts, you know that the 28 cents to 30 cents, it's going to be no joke. The amount of, I mean, the resistance box is going to be insane between 28 to 30 cents. If we can close, I mean, honestly, I'd like to see a daily close over 30 cents. I would flip bullish on XRP. You can see how we're having, you know, definitely showing lower levels of bearish momentum right now. And your money flow is still really thick in the red. You can see this right here. Let's go to our 1 hour. You know, kind of like Bitcoin right now. We showed lower levels right here. You can see it right there. And that's where this played off, right here. But once again, just like Mr. Bitcoin here, showing lower levels of bullish momentum. So let's keep identifying our environment. Yeah. So, you know, once again, and you can see here, we just keep getting more bearish here on the closer terms. So, you know, right now, I'm not touching cryptocurrency. I would like to wait for some type of confirmation. So if Bitcoin, if we can break under 10,000, you know, that I might end up opening a short. I'll probably try to swing it to 9,900, 9,800. But don't, you know, don't forget about the weekend. I used to not put too much into the weekend trades. But I've noticed, especially here lately, the weekends have had quite a bit of momentum. You don't actually look too bad on the EMA standpoint.
Lift up your eyes. Lift up your arms. Lift up your eyes.
But it shows we're trying to hold support here at 27 cents. Looks like XRP's just been hovering in this 27 cents range, you know, after our initial dump. Which, I have to say, this was one of the most impressive dumps I've ever seen. This right here, absolutely insane. Honestly, when it comes to looking at this on the daily time scale, I've honestly never seen a daily MACD get so oversold so quickly on a daily time scale. Especially XRP that has, you know, so many billions of dollars put into it. It's really crazy to see. Let's take a look at Ethereum. So it looks like all these assets are looking pretty familiar. The 4-hour looks absolutely great. And your money flow is in the red. So that shows that since you're showing this bullish divergence right here, it's only 2, and your money flow is this thick in the red, you're gonna have a nice pop when it eventually does come to fruition, if it does. So what we're gonna do here is let's look at our short term. Let's get a closer look. Not bad. Not bad. Ethereum actually looks a little bit better right now than any of the other assets on the shorter term, on the shorter term time scales. I mean, it's kind of shocking. This is why I say not to enter positions the moment you get confirmation. Not confirmation, but so if we say, if you break this line, you're bearish. If you break it, you're bullish. That's why I try to give you some sort of time scale. Like I want to see a 4-hour, because look at this. You had all these people, I guarantee they saw this, and they're like, oh, long, when you're typically when you're above all your moving averages, that's very bullish. But look at this, guys. It's why I try to give you guys an idea for confirmation times. You wicked above it, you went under it. You wicked above it again, went under it. You wicked above it, went under. You try to, oh my, that's 1, 2, 3, I guess you could even say 4, 5, 6 times. You tried breaking this moving average, you successfully did, and then immediately were rejected down. That's why I say you want to see us, like if we were on this candle here, you would want to see us go back and sit and bounce above it for a little bit, and then you would want a long. Because if you don't wait for confirmation, you risk having something like this happen. And I can tell I totally forgot to get a new mouse this weekend. I mean, on this dump here, you went from about 194, 195 to about 188. So you had roughly about a $6 dump on Ethereum. Actually, I guess it... See how Ethereum looks like on the daily. Whew. I have to say, guys, when Ethereum's time in the sun comes, it's looking, it really is looking good on the daily. Ethereum is just, I've said this all along because I was here for the whole bull and bear run. Ethereum never has a problem running out of sellers. I've never seen an asset that literally just cannot run out of sellers. I'm telling you, there would be people at $10 Ethereum that would be selling hand over fist. Like, they'd be going crazy. It's just like, it doesn't matter what this asset is priced at. There's always a surplus of sellers that are just waiting to dump it. It's just, I don't know. But if you look here, you're trying to form a trigger wave, but I don't like here on the daily how you're starting to see red show up here. I don't like that. So let's look at our 4-hour. You can see this is what we were talking about earlier. I don't know why this keeps coming up. It's annoying. I'm gonna get some new music on. So how you guys in the chat been doing? I know it's a little bit slower tonight, but I don't know if it's just the price decrease or what, but I've noticed this crypto in general has been slower. I've been on a lot of other chat boards. All right. Even though I've had some pretty decent trades here, you know, I know I've been a little busy, but I've luckily I know Bybit doesn't have an app yet, but they do have a pretty decent mobile application. I've been able to, you know, especially the streamers account, I've been trying to bump its numbers up. You know, I went from roughly about 3% of Bitcoin. I'm almost up to 8 now. So I'm almost up to 10% of Bitcoin. So that's nice. I swear though, it seems like when I'm live, you know, like on stream, Bitcoin just doesn't seem to do anything. It's really, I know, you know, I try not to be like misleading, like, oh, live trading. But seriously, the moment I go live, Bitcoin starts trading in a $50 range. I'll stream for 3-4 hours. I go offline. I take my melatonin, boom, starts tanking. And it's not like I can try to go back online when my melatonin's kicking in. Ugh. Maybe I nicked my chart. It was perfect here. There you go. So, one thing I want to say about this chart, guys. Do not treat this parabolic curve as a support line, okay? So if you ever draw these for yourself, please do not treat these as support levels. They are basically just a visual to help you identify the curve that Bitcoin's trading in. It's like an overall direction. The only time I really like to obey them is like when they're going up. So let's get these moving averages off here. These are a little bit hard to do live, but I'll wing it for you guys. Here, I'm just gonna draw it because it'll be easier. So if you were here, especially when I first started streaming, I was talking about this forever. There was a curve that I made, and it basically went up like this. Alright? It was basically the same thing like this. When your curve is uprising, you can obey for support lines. You can. And actually, you know what? I'm going to try this for you guys, especially since it's a little slow. We'll sit here and gives me a little bit of a challenge. These now, I'll warn you guys. These parabolic curve, they're not easy to draw. So be forewarned. These can take a little bit. Oh, where's it at? I don't use it too often. Fib. I know it has to be in here somewhere. ABC. Oh, I saw it here. Curve. Design curve. Man, am I just missing it? Oh, there you go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So what you'll do is you'll go over here. At the time, it looked something like this months ago. So this was the curve that we were in. Obviously, this is not a sustainable curve. If you look at, but it showed you the velocity of the trend you were in. Touch point here, touch point, touch point, touch point. I could probably correct this a little bit more. Come on. So you can obey these to a certain point when you're going up. I don't really follow them as support when they're sideways like this, but you can tell we were climbing, we were going parabolic. These are called parabolic, curves when you're going up. We broke it. And you can tell the moment we broke the support line, look at the bear trend, we've been going down ever since. So just a little lesson for you guys. Going up, yes, you can obey it as support theoretically. It holds the parabolic curve that you're in. But downwards like this, not downwards, but more west to east, curve, kind of like a smiley face. Definitely don't treat that as support. It's just to give you an idea of the angle that you're trading in. I don't know how it keeps breaking my lines into like these small little fragments. And now that everything's back to normal at my house, we're gonna start back our cup of coffee streams here in the morning. But finally, things are good at home. The family's healthy. So, I've tried keeping you guys updated as best as possible on Discord. I keep trying to, post his charts when I can. A lot of them I have to make on my phone, but it's okay. But, everything's good now, so... There you go. I like that a lot. So is there any other, is there any assets, any cryptos, stocks, anything you guys would like to look at? Let me know. Let's look at my good old SPY. See, right now our resistance box is holding up. YRIV. Never heard of it. Oh, Jesus. An OTC market? Is this like a penny stock? Ooh. The greatest stock in the world? I'm just curious, what is it? Weed Fest? What is this? What do they do? Riverport? Is it like a shipping company? Man, give me penny stocks. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna need a Jordan Belfort pump on this. State of the art. State-of-the-art technology here, groundbreaking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you better not break 30 cents on this thing. I mean, seriously, you don't see, well, I don't trade penny stocks, but if you look, where are we at here? Oh, here we go. You seriously got your Bart Simpson right here. Got the left side of your head. You got the flat. You got the right. This is seriously a Bart Simpson pattern. So yeah. Yeah. Absolutely oh my god, I didn't even realize this. So you went from $11.60, no, $12. You hit, okay, so you hit a high of roughly $13.50, and in a matter of January, February, 3 months. Oh my god, I have to get a percentage thing on this. This is amazing. This is like that. This is like that shipping. I remember there was this penny stock they were pumping on the dry shipping company as a penny stock. They were pumping it when I traded SPY all the time. You're literally down 97%. Jesus criminy. How do you feel about Snap? Well, I can tell you this. The time to long the stock market is definitely past. And I think the ones that are gonna struggle the worst is like a Snapchat. Because generally when you have an economic downturn, the extra things in life tend to struggle. You know, like the what do you call it? Not extra spending, but the what do you call it? The things that are not a necessity to life. You know, like I wouldn't be shorting like a grocery store. You know, people have to eat certain things that people don't need in life. You know, when you're in a recession, they're definitely going to tumble the hardest because people aren't going to have the extra money. Kind of like car companies. Especially with how the automobile debt is going through the roof right now. I think we're almost to $1 trillion now, just like the credit bubble. Our student loan bubble's at 1.6 trillion now. Let's take a look. I'd never actually traded Snap. I'm not a fan of Snapchat, but let's take a look at it. Yeah, Dries, Weed Feast. Are they still around? Is Dries actually still around? Dude, I remember they had an epic dump of, you know, it was insane years ago. Yeah, it was like a shipping company. Oh my god. We're gonna have to check that out. I want to see how much money that was. I remember when it was worth pennies. Damn, Snapchat's actually had a really good year this, you know. It's actually not a bad looking chart here. Yeah, we'll look it up. You definitely had what looks like an inverse head and shoulders here because you have your shoulder right here. And then once you validated the shoulder right here, boom. I guess you could actually... It's not a pretty one, but... Let's see how we look like on here real quick. Yeah, you're definitely having some pretty decent resistance above $18. Let's get our horizontal line. So right now, especially on Snapchat, just gonna look up this close real quick. Alright, I like that. We're gonna use this one right here. So you can see we have our touch points here, touch point there, another touch point, another touch point. You seem to have support here at about $15.50 on Snap. Your current price is $16.08. Granted, you do have support here at 16 cents. But you can tell here, wow, Snapchat hit a low of $4.81. You're up almost 4x here this year. If we use our price range tool, Yeah, you're up 286%. That's insane gains for the stock market. It's not often you see that. So on your question about puts, definitely wouldn't be a bad area. But just know, you could go parabolic if you go above 18 and 1850. If you go above 1850, your really only area you're going to be looking at of resistance is here at like $20, $21. So you could have a nice 10-20% pump from there. Yeah. And did you hear how, I don't know who did it, but I don't know if it was Trump or Congress, they actually lifted a lot of the banking laws. I posted it in our Discord, but they're about to initiate subprime loans again. They're about to it's like we didn't learn our lesson the first time. I mean, I understand the whole thing about letting low income people be able to afford houses, but nah. There's a reason. Oh shit, we're not gonna listen to this. Not gonna listen to that. Sorry, those guys give me a massive headache. But no, if you break this $16, your next support will be at $15.50, and if you break that, you could actually have a pretty decent drop to about $14, $13.50. So, but no, buying puts on Snap probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I definitely wouldn't go all in though. Definitely wouldn't. And I would most definitely cover if you break 1850, 1860, I know that's a pretty nasty drop. I mean, a loss, but I would definitely cover if you break above 1850 because you could go parabolic. I mean, there isn't a lot of resistance until, I mean, my gosh, like $21, like $21.50, $22. You break 1850, Snap's gonna be it's gonna have a nice jump. Because this is really your only other resistance area, which is right up here. But definitely wouldn't be a bad area to start averaging into a put position. And once again, Snap will follow the rest of the market. It's not really a necessity to life. People can do without Snapchat. I say that. It's crazy how much people will spend on stuff. But DRYS, dry ship. Oh my God, it's on the NASDAQ? Oh my God. It's $5? No problem, Hot and Young. Dries is $5? Jesus. I remember when this thing was like pennies, like single pennies. Oh my gosh. This thing was like a huge pump and dump scam like when I was trading it years ago. I say trading it, I heard about it on the SPY boards. Dry Ships Inc. There's no way. This chart's wrong. I'm guessing that's Shopify. Yeah. Oh dear. Damn. Let's check. My goodness. All right. Can I just be honest with you, Weed Feast? There is no safe place to tell you when to short. I mean, look at this. There is nothing. There is nothing over here. to say like, oh, this is definitely a good area to short. There's nothing. There's not even data. My gosh. You went from $18.50 to almost $400. Oh my gosh. So you're sitting here, you've made 2,000% since the beginning of 2016. 2,000%. That's impressive. But no, to answer your question, there is no safe place. I mean, seriously, if I was to give you a number, it would be completely reckless and irresponsible. You know, we're all about self-improvement, and telling you to trying to short this. This is a parabolic asset. You don't fight the trend. Definitely would not be longing this right now, though. I would not be looking to long this. I mean, you do seem to have support here. I mean, you have a little bit at like 205, and you have more major support here at about 170. But no, this is a parabolic trend. I would not be looking to short this right now. I mean, there even hasn't really even been a sustained bear run. I mean, I guess you did have this dump in the beginning of 2018. You went from 155 to 110. And then I guess you had another one at roughly, 180 to 122. Man, guys, you're going to get me going into stocks again. I'm definitely not longing, but Jesus. And this is why we always talk. I was short the exhaust. Well, Weed Feast, I wish you nothing but the luck, or nothing but luck. I wish you nothing but luck. If whoever can call the top of this deserves a medal of some type. Like, that's why I'm excited to start, our community giveaways on our Discord, like where we'll have trading competitions. We're gonna have certain trading competitions where we'll trade certain assets. We'll see who can call the tops and bottoms of certain assets. It'll be fun. I'm really excited to start them. And we'll start them here, here shortly. But man, it's just crazy to think, especially with all these crypto people, it's why I talk about just, diversification. And it's important. I love cryptocurrency, but the more money you can make trading, overall, the more Bitcoin you'll have here. Bitcoin was in a terrible bear market through 2018, while the stock market is literally going parabolic. I mean, if we go from our 2018, I mean, you're still up 250%, 260. That's really insane. Check out gold. See how gold's doing. Wow. Gold's having a nice little pump too. Which this is actually very interesting to see, because generally gold is looked at a hedge against the market. And while Bitcoin has been going down, well, you know what? Gold had a bear market too. So it kind of makes you wonder if investors are treating Bitcoin and gold as a safe haven or like a hedging asset. Because just like Bitcoin, look at gold. Had a nasty dip in 2018 and now is going up. Right along with Bitcoin. This is very interesting. But the big, and this makes a lot of sense because 2018 marked, I mean, really where the stocks really started getting hot. And I mean, obviously you can tell with this drop here, you know, gold had a pretty nice dip here in 2018. This is interesting stuff, guys. I mean, gold has been extremely hot since June. If we use our price indicator, damn, seriously, gold is like a, what is it, like, so gold is worth $7.5 trillion. Gold is a $7.5 trillion asset. And you're literally up 20% since June. That's insane. But that means if, like... when searching for gold, where it was Pepe laugh. It's crazy stuff, guys. And it's kind of interesting to see because Bitcoin really bottomed, you know, in roughly December, you know, we had that last little dump in November where we had that major, you know, capitulation. I believe it was what, under 6,000? I might be wrong. And it seems like Bitcoin and gold both made their reversal. But it just makes you wonder if let's just say the stock market gets a second, you know, a head of steam on it again, which I don't think is likely. But just say if it did, it makes you wonder if these would be good shorting opportunities because these hedging assets are obviously they've been up nicely. But you know, if you haven't read the news or you don't watch the news, there's been a lot of uncertainty since 2019. I'm gonna try this real quick. Yeah. I don't know why this damn thing keeps popping up. Kind of invalidates that wick though. This is too parabolic for me. I don't know. Sometimes I like to do these parabolic curves just to get an idea. But this is really starting to look the best trader. Yeah, shorting gold. It's very interesting right now. And it's why I am very... yeah, you don't know how to feel about it. You know, kind of like we talked about on Bitcoin here earlier. We are showing the signs. What is that? 1 second. Oh. I don't even know what the 2 is. Bitcoin is showing we could be entering. Bitcoin's kind of looking scary right now, guys. We're going parabolic, and look at this trend. Does this look familiar? Do you remember this chart that we had? The sign for me, I mean, I don't want to say I correlate this to Bitcoin because they're, you know, that would be irresponsible. But if we use our brush, Bitcoin did the same thing. We went up, and once we broke out of this, we had a sharp downturn. This is literally exactly what Bitcoin looked like a month and a half ago. if you followed our channel, we were talking about this parabolic curve and we were speculating on what would happen when we break out of it, because the only time I give these things, these parabolic curves, they act like support is when you're uprising like this, because it can show you breaking the trend as a whole. I don't really honor them like how we're looking right now, where we're going west to east like a smiley face. That's just to give you an idea of the curve that you're trading in. But man, if we break out of this, that actually could be a pretty decent short position. I'm gonna mess around with this a bit. I don't want to tinker with this parabolic curve online. These lines can, there's so many ways you can mess with these. I'd like actually a little bit better, but see, I don't like doing this because if you look at the chart here on the daily, so like let's say I wanted to encompass these touch points, you would literally, I mean, look at this. You of course, with time alone, you would work your way out of this. You know what I mean? Even if you just sat here and consolidated, you're going to break out of it. So it takes, you know what I mean? It takes a little bit of work to figure this curve out. So I'll update you guys on this curve. I want to do a little bit of research on this. I've been out of the stock market for honestly about 2 years. You know, I was heavy into the stock market from 2014, you know, to 2017, and then I entered Bitcoin full time, you know, January 2017. But this is interesting. I will definitely keep you guys updated. And we're gonna look at this on our streams from now on, because this could this is, you know, it's interesting. It makes you wonder if this could be a signal for Bitcoin, or not even Bitcoin, but the safe haven market as a whole. But with all this stock market uncertainty, why would gold not go up? You know what I mean? If everyone's talking about this recession coming in 2020, well, let's go back in history, guys. Let's look at the hedge. Let's see what the hedging looked like in 2008. Let's see how big, or how let's see how the market looked as a whole. All right, so I can just tell by looking at this. I don't know why this stupid thing keeps doing that. It is so annoying. Sorry guys. My mouse is broken. I've been so busy with my family this week, I haven't had time to go and buy a new one. So look at that. That's actually pretty interesting. If you remember this, I don't know how long, you know, I was in school in 2008, but I know this just because I entered the market in 2013. If you guys don't remember, so when Obama first came into office, he initiated a policy called the Dodd-Frank. It basically handcuffed the bankers and added more regulation to the stock market. And they also made interest rates like almost to zero. Like it was, I mean, it was like negligible. I think we had low interest rates. I don't remember what the point was, like the actual exact interest rate number was. And I believe he initiated those in about 2010, I want to say. I'll look more into this, but I want to say it was about 2009, 2010. It was to kind of help us get out of the major part of the recession. You can tell, obviously, by looking at this, the gold was not a hedge in 2008. But you also have to realize, and it makes you think, who is buying up gold right now? Well, not only countries, but I would imagine banks are hoarding a lot of gold as well. So maybe they were selling off their gold reserves to add extra cash flow, to take some of the heat off their losses. Just speculation on my end. So, you know, don't take that by heart. But you can tell here, we fell 33%. So it shows here, guys. I know everyone's like, oh, there's nationwide world, you know, there's a world recession coming here. That doesn't mean Bitcoin is bullish. I mean, look what happened to gold here. It's very interesting. And you can tell here, because I know this just from experience, the stock market had a really nice rally. Like 2012, 2013, the stock market really rallied. So obviously the hedge of this was no longer, why would anyone need to hedge? You know what I mean? Damn. So from 2013 to 16, gold fell roughly 41%. So, just at heart, I don't really trade gold. I'm not really a hedge investor. But, if we go into an economic downturn, don't think that gold is going to save you. It's the hedge to, it's the light in the darkness. It's definitely not. At least from past history, it is not shown to be. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, let me know in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not set in my ways. I'm just serious. We're just sitting here speculating. Yeah, everything's gonna come down. I agree. Now, this is something I've been talking to a few guys on. I don't know where it's at. I actually have a couple of silver tokens. I don't have a ton of them. I don't know where it's at. I'll find it somewhere on my desk. I have a gold token, or I have some silver tokens. If I was to invest into a precious metal, I would definitely be looking into silver than gold. Silver's just used in so much stuff. I just haven't done a ton of research on it though. But silver by far though looks like to be a better. Let's look here on the daily. I'm basically right now, see if we can actually go to the weekly. Yeah, that's very true. I don't want the second intervals. What is the high on silver? So the high on silver is $50. We hit that, so we hit a high of $50 in roughly May 2011. But if you guys know in the chat, let me know. Wasn't there like a whole bunch of like manipulation in the silver market? If I'm not, obviously you can tell. It had a massive move to the downside. But if you look here on the long-term chart, we're going back to, my God, 1998. You have pretty decent support here at about $13.50, $14. Let me know in the chat if you guys trade this kind of stuff. I think I remember, I don't know who I heard it from. Maybe it was Blockchain for What Is Best. He has a YouTube channel. He talks about gold every once in a while. I don't know. If you look at this, you're actually in a descending triangle. Interesting. So looking at this chart, not only are you close to your upward resistance level here, I'm not sure if you break $18 here. Not sure if you break $18 on silver here. This actually could be a decent short. But the issue with this is I fully believe if you break this resistance line, let's get a horizontal line here. If if you break this 1850 area, I believe silver's going to go parabolic. I mean, I guess you will have this next little area at $20, $21, but this is interesting stuff, guys. You got me all in my stocks all of a sudden. I've been in Bitcoin pretty much primarily a while, but stocks is really what taught me how to be an investor and how to trade. Is it the yen? Or is it the yuan? Let me know what you guys want to look at in the chat here. To reiterate on Bitcoin, I might open a short if we break 10,000. You're going to have support at 9,800, 9,900. If you're bullish, you want to break 10,200 and you want to close a 4-hour candle above it before you long. And if you look on the daily chart, the EMA 100 is sitting about at 90. Look at your daily chart on Bitcoin at $9,500. You have your EMA 100. If you break that, to me, this is my opinion. If you break the EMA 100 on the daily time scale, I believe we're going to go into the next bear market, or at least a downturn in Bitcoin, because your next EMA, yes, you do have your 0.5 Fibonacci retracement at 85, 8600, but everybody and every YouTuber and their mom is calling for that. I believe market makers are going to have a small bounce and they're going to drop the floor at 85, 86. And then your next support level is at roughly 75 to 7,800 where your EMA 200 is at. If you break the EMA 200, I believe it could be very bad for Bitcoin. But in my opinion, the next downward spiral for Bitcoin will start if we break 9,500 and that EMA 100 mark. You do not want to break 9,500. There's no... Let's take a look at it real quick. Let's go to Bybit. We'll look at it. Let's take a look. That's not good. See, remember this trigger wave we were talking about? You're actually starting to invalidate. You actually did invalidate it. Yes, you are showing lower levels from here, but this move could have sorry guys. This could have been this jump from right here, from 9,100 to 12,004. I don't like this shoulder. I don't like this shoulder right here. I don't like it at all. But here's how we're looking on Bitcoin, guys. This is, remember, don't treat this as support even though you see touch points on it. This is just to give you a visual of the curve that we are trading in. I only obey it as support when you're moving upwards. Like this. I don't have it anymore, because obviously we've broken out of it. It's similar to the one we just looked at on gold. But if we go to our daily, which we're, okay, it looks like we're already on, just so I can show you guys. Man, I got freaking, there's a dog I went to my grandparents' house today, and I freaking pet their dog. And I'm telling you, he was shedding like crazy. And I got hair up my nose, and ever since then, my nose has just been itching up a storm. So I apologize if I'm rubbing my nose, but it feels like someone has a feather, and they're tickling my nose right now. This is your EMA 100, guys. This is what we were talking about. If you look, it acted as strong resistance here in the 4,000s. We've gone up, and if you look, we've pretty much every major dip we've had, we've bounced right off of it. And if you look at your price point, it's actually showing 9,600. So I'm actually being a little bit liberal on the 9,500 mark. Because a lot of times they like to trap. You know, they'll see, oh, you'll see 9,590 and everyone starts shorting. They're like, oh, well, it broke the EMA, and then we go right back over it. So this is the key mark to watch, guys. Right now, this does not look good. This does not look good. Look at how all these lines right now are converging and they're going to the downside. This is very important to watch, guys. Don't get too stuck up on the short-term time scales. So this is what our 4-hour, you can see how they're all converging and they're pointed to the downside. This is why I was saying if we break 10,200 and close a 4-hour above it, my next targets are going to be between 10.4 and 10.6. And this is where I get that, okay? Your EMA 34, or I'm sorry, your EMA 13, which is your yellow line right here. Let's get this zoomed in. You can see it right here. It's sitting about 10,150, but you can see where we've wicked off here at 10,002, these wicks right here. But if you break that, you have your 10.4 mark right here, and you have your 10.6 right here. So that's where I'm coming up with them. I just want you to guys know so I'm not just, you don't think I'm just freeballing numbers out. So, you know, I talked about it a little bit last night. It's, you know, it's really exciting news. I don't know how busy it's going to get tonight. I noticed there's a lot of boards that are really slow right now. I've noticed, especially crypto investors, they get really discouraged once Bitcoin starts looking bearish. It's like some people think you can only trade it when it goes up. You know, which, I mean, that's okay, but, you know, you're going to miss out on a lot of money. I made most of my money in Bitcoin in the bear market last year compared to the bull market in 2017. I know how hard that is to believe, but there's quite a bit of money to be made in the bear markets because you also have pretty, you know, there's a lot. I mean, honestly, in any market, there's going to be a lot of volatility, especially Bitcoin. But, you know, guys, don't get discouraged when Bitcoin goes into a bear market. And I'm not trying to lead us into the assumption that we're going into a bear market. I'm just saying it has been set. The trap has been set on Bitcoin. And it's just, this is our mark right here. If you break this to me, this, I mean, my gosh, when you go down 30%, that is a bear market. And this is where I'm coming up with our 7,800. I know this from experience. If you look at our support levels, which is right here, you'll start at the bottom of these wicks, which is right here. We'll go to the top. These actually need to be green. This is where we're looking at. But the news I wanted to release, guys, is there has not been a date set, and it's going to majorly help grow us grow our community. But it's looking like we're going to be doing a live stream with CryptoFace. I'm not sure if it's going to be a static video or if it's going to be a live stream. But he messaged me about it, saying if I would be interested in doing a live stream with him. So it's looking like we're going to be doing a live session with CryptoFace, or at least a static video, which is really exciting for me because he's one of the people I look up to in the crypto industry. You know, I respect him a ton. His indicator has made trading for me a lot easier. And not only that, but he has like 19,000, 20,000 followers on YouTube. So that is dramatically going to give our community a lot of exposure. And he's given me a lot of tips on... Hey, Blazin57, welcome to our Discord. But it's going to give a lot of exposure to our community, and we're going to be growing our family here, it's looking like soon. So I'm very, very excited for this. If you guys don't know who Crypto Face is, I highly recommend going, especially if you like Market Cipher, I highly recommend going to his YouTube channel. And we are also the only community that gets a discount. Right now, the king of Bybit, if you use, like, if you did end up actually like purchasing it, we're the only community that gets a discount with our referral code, which that's pretty cool. You know, it's nothing in it for me, but I'm just saying, just the fact he's giving that opportunity and like that recognition to our community, it's awesome. It just shows we're doing all the right things. Especially since we're so small, and to get recognized by someone that's that big, it's amazing. It really shows we're going in the right direction. See how we look on the 4 hour. 4 hour looks really good though. If it wasn't for the darn short-term time frames, I would be bullish right now. I mean, this is theoretically a very bullish pattern. Not only are you showing lower levels of bearish momentum, but your money flow is super in the red. I mean, extremely in the red. That just means you're gonna pop twice as hard when you do go up to the upside. This is Market Cipher B for any of the new people here. But if we go to our short-term time frames here, you can see we're basically just getting a reaction off this. Or I'm sorry, this right here. Damn it, I really need to get a new mouse. I apologize, guys. I'll get this fixed here soon. I'll go to the store tomorrow or something. I've just been so darn busy trying to upgrade the stream and with the family stuff going on. But no, this is where our reaction to the upside's coming from. This is the next thing we have to worry about. And it actually looks like we're trying to round this sucker off right now. So let's go to our closer time frames. It actually looks like we were trying to round it off, and now she's trying to squeeze right back down. So let's see. I like that our money flow is more in the yellow. We're turning, to the positive. We've just got to be patient. If you go long or short right now, you are doing the definition of rolling the dice. You are literally just hoping it goes out in your favor. I mean, Market Cipher, it's pretty undecided right now. But it's just Bitcoin in a general right now. We are in a very critical area. We're going to have to make a decision soon. Oh. I like the beat to this. We're gonna keep it around. So what do you guys think, chat? What's the consensus on Bitcoin here? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you neutral? Are you just staying on the sideline? How are you guys trading Bitcoin right now? to say, I don't think I can form any kind of trend line. We'll use this just as a visual. Doesn't have as many clean touch points that I like, but we'll see. Gosh. I still can't believe it though. So like I talked about it last night on our Discord. So if you go to our Discord, you know we have a general section, right? It's called general chat. So like 2 weeks ago, I went to, cause like I do every time, I go and I post my videos in Discord. Well, I also follow the king. Well, he's not really a king, but he's a guy I look up to when it comes to technical analysis. If you guys don't know him already, his name is Mitch Ray. He also, in his Discord, he has a general chat section. It's literally the same name and how it's spelled exactly like mine. I accidentally posted my live video in his chat. And I'm not even joking. I noticed within 40 seconds that I made the error because it wasn't popping up. I went to his chat, I immediately deleted it, and I apologized saying, hey, I'm sorry I posted it in your chat. They literally banned me. They banned me from their Discord, and they banned me from their YouTube channel for literally accidentally posting a video in their Discord chat. I don't know why I'm so butthurt about it. I guess it's just because I looked up to him. I even contacted him. You long? Oh, no, I'm not long right now. Nope, I'm neutral. But when it comes to TA, Mitch Ray's pretty good at it. It just kind of hurt my feelings because literally my video was on his chat for literally by accident. Literally like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it was in his chat. I immediately deleted it on Discord. I apologized. I said, hey, we both have the same general chat. Is complete accident. I'm sorry. And they literally banned me. And then when I asked him about it on YouTube, I was like, hey, I apologize. And they literally banned me from their YouTube. Like I can't even comment anymore. Not very decentralized of them. At least we give you guys a warning in our Discord. Mistakes happen. But I really respect Mitch Ray. I think that's why it hurt my feelings so much. It was a complete accident. It's not like I'm trying to shill my stuff to their community. Nope, I'm not gonna long until we hit 10,200 and we close 4-hour candle above it, and then we will be looking for 10.4 to 10.6. I may be looking to short if we break below 10,000. I'll try to. It's gonna be a swing position to 9,900 to 9,800. And as we talked about, there's a very big moment of truth at 95 to 9,600 on the daily. If you break your, guys, seriously, go and put your EMAs up. You want to look specifically. I use the 13, 34, 100, and 200. I need to get the 21 added in there. But you have your EMA 100 right at about that 95, 9,600 area. If you break that on the daily and you close, especially you close a daily under it, I'm telling you, in my opinion, that's going to mark the start of a bear market, or at least a short-term bearish trend. I think we could literally go to about 7,500. You're looking at roughly about a 30% drop. Interesting. Girl. My dog Reese, I've been gone all day. She's just begging for attention right now. Hey Reese. Well, looks like we're trying to form an ascending triangle, but I don't want to get too bullish on this because generally we like to break to the downside on these things. I mean, honestly, if you're trying to look at it from this standpoint, it's actually showing like 10,250 could be your... So you know what? I think I'm going to change that, guys. You want to see us break 10,250. After looking at this chart, and I can see these candles a little bit better, if you can break this right here, I think we're definitely going to go up and fill this gap. I definitely think we're going to fill this gap. The lowest we'll go, I see, I mean, you're going to face a little bit of resistance above 10,300. You can see you're basically going to be fighting this cluster right here. But I definitely think we could go up and test this area right up in here. Let's get our horizontal tool on. But no, if you can break and close a 4-hour candle above 10,250, you're going to face a little bit of resistance at like 10,350, 10,400. But if you can close above 10,250 on a 4-hour candle, I definitely think we could test at least the 10,400 area to upwards 10,006. That's going to be our trade setup. So that's going to be our trade setup for the short term. Making sure I'm not missing anybody on YouTube. And I just want to emphasize, guys, please, that's why I try to let you guys know with what time frame you want to use. I mean, if you really want to, I mean, if you at least want to see a 2-hour candle close above 10,250. Because each time you can tell how we just barely eclipsed it here, boom, went back to the downside. You don't want to be caught getting faked out. That's why you always want to wait for confirmation. You always want to wait for confirmation on this. Well, any trade setup, really. But you'll have a little bit of resistance here at like 10,350, 10,004. But I'm very confident if you close a 2 to 4 hour, honestly, a 4-hour candle above this, you're going to test 10.4 to 10.6. I'm very confident in that. It's a nice little... I mean, this is kind of screwing up the gap here. Theoretically, if this was more upsloping than this consolidation, you would definitely fill this gap in. You would definitely fill this in if this wasn't there. If this was like going up and there wasn't a whole bunch of consolidation like there is here, ooh. Man, that has an awful lot of touch points on it.
Mixed by Rottweiler.
So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a rectangle box. I like to do this because it's a better visual representation. This is gonna be green. I'm gonna fix this box here in a second. I'm just trying to get an overall visual. Honestly, I want to go to our 4 hour. Alright, this is basically our 9,800 to 10,000 support, guys. I'm just trying to outline this for you. It's better to let you guys have a better visual of it. But 9,800 to 10,000 is going to have some pretty decent support here. And you're right, at our upslope, you know what I mean? Our curve line. I like the way this looks. Alright. It makes it a little bit less confusing. Alright. I like that a lot. So is there anything in specific you guys would like to look at? Hey, I'm gonna try to pronounce this right. Colon inch? Let me correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm not the best at pronouncing things. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. And I'd just like to point everyone down to the panels below if you're on Twitch. You know, if you want a community that's all about supporting you and your ideas and your growth as a trader, I'm especially because not only do we have a lot of great traders in our group, and it's, you know, I post a lot of updates, and we have so many sections. Like, you can post your profit logs so we can support you on your wins. We have a TA section, news. I mean, there's so many sections to check out. I'm gonna start them actually this weekend. I'm starting a YouTube educational series. That's about learning these indicators, especially for beginning traders, like learning your MACD, your RSI, your volume, and how to put those things together. But yeah, colon inch. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. So I'm just gonna check something real quick, guys. We're gonna go to our Bitfinex chart, and we're gonna look at the shorts. We're gonna look at the longs versus shorts right now. Let's check our longs on Bitcoin. Alright, looking pretty flat here, to be honest. This is something we were speculating on above 10,800. You know, as I talked, or you know, I mentioned a few times during that run up. You know, the price went up from 9,500 to 11,000. The longs were not rising and the shorts were falling. So I had, you know, I was kind of speculating that whole run up was just shorts covering. When you short an asset, guys, especially for everyone that's new here, it's like shorting the stock market. You are selling shares that you do not own. And to take profit, you have to buy those shares back to cover, that's what it's called. So when you short something, you're selling something you don't own. You have to buy it back to take profit, you know, so you can cash in. So when you buy back, theoretically, if a lot of people do that back to back, the price goes up. Well, last week, or on that, you know, that run up, the longs were not rising. The shorts were dramatically falling and the price was rising. I believe that whole run up we had last week, or a few days ago, sorry, I've had a crazy week. You know, it's And it looks like it was true. It looks like it was just short simply covering so they could re-enter. So long short definitely is pointing to that. Let's look at our shorts here. I'm telling you, you don't want to see this rising. Ugh. It's not good. All right. Well, we definitely have a lot less shorts than what we did, towards the 9th of this month. Let's look at this from the daily time scale. So, this is actually not looking that great for Bitcoin. So if you look right now, the shorts we are really low right now. And it honestly probably has a lot to do with the price increase. You can see here when we went really parabolic after May, the shorts just dramatically dropped off. I mean, significantly. You went from 30,000, 33,000. I mean, you had a quick drop. I mean, you had a little bounce. You went from 33,000 to 9,500. Went back up to 15 to plummet all the way back down to under 5,000. You're getting oversold. I mean, I say oversold. You're getting pretty low on here. So it makes you wonder. These are just things to think of when you're investing or trading. What happens when this thing starts to go back up and we get back above 10,000? Right now the Bitcoin shorts are only at what is that, just under 7,000. What's gonna happen when people start shorting again? Because I noticed there was a trend here, especially during a certain part of the bull run this year. There was actually a direct correlation to the shorts rising in the price. Shorts were actually, as they were piling in, the price was going higher and higher and higher. It's kind of reverse. You would think it would be different, but there was a time this year, even CryptoFace mentioned it. We seem to be going back to the norm though. So this is just something I wanted to look at, guys. We want Bybit. Make sure I'm not missing anybody from YouTube. Alright. Still getting used to YouTube being on our list. Or on our streaming, or, we were just solely on Twitch there for a while. If it wasn't for Restream, man. It's kind of nice though. YouTube people seem to be a little bit more quiet though. But no, is there anything you guys want to look at? I've been talking to our admin, Armacida. He mentioned the Matrix movies, the new ones. I don't know if they're making it or if it's coming out, but I've never actually watched the first Matrix from start to finish. Maybe I have, and it's just been so many years I don't remember it, but so I'm definitely going to go sit down tonight and I'm going to try to watch The Matrix from start to finish. I've been so stuck on The Boys. It's like the superhero Marvel show, but for adults. Like Seth Rogen helps make it. The guy that makes Supernatural on CW, he has a part of it, like something Kripke. If you guys, I'm a huge Supernatural fan. If you guys watch the CW shows, I highly recommend, if you like Marvel, but you like an adult version of it, not so made for kids. It's on Amazon Prime. I definitely recommend watching it. It's pretty good. But it's definitely an adult show, so it's probably, if you have kids, I would not watch it in front of them. But it's not like super dirty. It's just to give you guys a warning. Well, and once again, Bitcoin's done it again. Remember how I was talking about every time I go live, Bitcoin literally does nothing? We've literally been in a $50 trading range. And I guarantee the moment I get off here tonight, or here in a little bit, Bitcoin will start doing something. It usually waits till the moment I take my sleeping medicine, so it's like I physically cannot stay awake. I can stay awake for about an hour until that thing starts kicking in, and then I can literally, I can't even open my eyes. Or like, you know, usually I have my alarm, I'll set it at 5 a.m. to catch the, you know, the handoff from Asia to us. Run up or dump started at 3 a.m. It's always like, it's like, man, this thing literally makes you stay awake like 20. That's the only thing I don't like. I mean, granted, it's probably good because other people around the world can trade it, but it's the only thing I don't like about Bitcoin, how it's a 24/7 market. You know what I mean? It really keeps you on your toes. Which in a way, it's cool. But man, I do enjoy having sleep every now and then. Or like you'll be out trying to enjoy, you know, stuff with your family, and you keep hearing all these alerts hit you on your Binance or your, you know, whatever app you use to set alerts, like TradingView. You'll be out doing stuff with your family or friends on a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Bitcoin is just going through the roof or tumbling. And you're like, man, I wish I could be there to trade. But no, this is how we're looking, guys. I want to see how long it is. How long is the... I want to make sure I'm not getting into some 4-hour movie. Oh, good. 2 hours? Oh, Jesus, it's still kind of long. All right. So we got, so The Matrix is a 2-hour and 30-minute movie. Man, I feel so bad. I didn't even know they made a second or third one. The only thing I can remember is for Matrix is they had a movie about it. Or, I'm sorry, they made a movie, of course, and then they made a video game when I was a kid. Like, it was like on the PS2. Gosh dang it. I'm seriously tired of this thing. I don't even know how I got signed up for it. It literally just like ruins my night. I seriously got a something from PETA. Like, I'll be having the most greatest night ever. And I'll get some horrible update from PETA like, oh, sign this petition. Donkey was head caved in by a bat. And it's like, oh. It's just like, it's the most horrible way. Like today in my town. So, you know, I live in Kansas. And today I pulled into, I don't live in Eudora, but I went to go visit some family out there. And the cops had this whole block like cut off. And in front of it was a semi that had, you know, those things that pull all the cars, you know, for the car dealerships. And there was a pair of shoes under the tires in the middle of town. And I was just like, oh my God, did someone get ran over by an 18-wheeler? There is a blind lady that walks in town. She has a service dog that like guides her in town. She's literally completely blind. And she goes to our church. She actually reads and sings from the Braille. It's pretty cool. Well, I guess she didn't get ran over. Like, she didn't step in front of the semi, but she walked into the trailer. Like, the dog guided her into the trailer, and she got caught underneath all the tires. And she got dragged by the semi under the tires for like 30 feet. And she's in critical condition right now. It's just like, oh my gosh. I mean, that would be so horrible to be completely blind. I mean, and her service dog, it literally like walked her right into a semi. But I don't know what happened. Apparently it happened. Yeah, she seriously did. And the weird thing about it is, which, I mean, I'm not trying to say, because as you guys know, I love animals, but her dog was just fine. Her dog is completely fine. It's sitting by her hospital bed right now, but she literally walked into a trailer. And it had like 12 cars on the back of it, 10, 12 cars. I mean, it was going to the dealership in the next town. I knew it was bad when they had the semi stopped and you just saw, like, she was already in the hospital, but her shoes, like, you saw, like, they had a cover over the blood and stuff. But it's just been a really effed up day. I mean, I've never heard of someone walking into a trailer, but I mean, she literally is. She's clinically blind. I feel so bad for her. She's such a nice person. And it sucks because, so if you don't know this, a service dog is only allowed to, like, they're only technically allowed to service someone for 8 years and then they're retired so they can have a break. She just got a new service dog. She's only had this dog for like 3 months. Like, it's a brand new dog. And literally, she had this accident. So it's been kind of a weird day. But no, it's at, I don't know how I got signed up for it, but it's just so horrible. We're having such a good night, and then you'll get those horrible, like, updates from PETA. I mean, I know they're just for good causes, but, like, they're so descriptive on what happened. How you doing, Sporia?
Straight up on that kryptonite. I be on that straight up on that. I be on that kryptonite. I be on that kryptonite. Straight up on that kryptonite. I be on that straight up on that. I be on that kryptonite. I be on it all night, man. I be on it all day. Straight up pimp if you want.
Where do you think this is going? Well, honestly, right now, you know, to be completely honest with you, we just gotta wait for confirmation. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking here, Sporia. You know, if we can break that 10,250, 10,300 mark and close a 4 hour above it, I think we'll at least test the 10.4 to 10.6 area. And we do have support at 9,800, the 98, 9,900. But this is what we've been talking about all stream. And this is something I would definitely put on your charts. I want you to notice something here. Do you see? This is your Tron Blue. This is the one I want you to look at. This is your EMA 100. I might take some heat on this, but it's okay. You know, this is my opinion. This isn't a crystal ball. This is just me. This is just what I'm predicting. When we do break this and we close a daily candle, when we close a daily candle on EMA 100, we're going to go into a bear market. That's what I'm predicting. I say a bear market, we're going to go into a bear trend. That's probably more accurate. A bear market sounds like it's going to last forever. The reason being, if you look up, we've tested it, we've tested it, we've tested it. The EMA 100, this is on the daily time scale, is at roughly at about 9,600, 9,500. If we close a daily candle under this EMA 100, I'm probably going to go extremely heavy into a short. I mean, really heavy into a short. You know, on other dips, this is what was saving us. This was what, you know, this is what was holding us up, and it's slowly climbing. So this is what we're kind of looking at right now. We do have support at 9,800. We have support, you know, this is why I have the 9,800, 10,000 mark as support. But this is, you know, this is what we're looking at. If you can break and close a 4-hour candle above 10,250, 10,300, like I said, I'm fully expecting a 10.4 to 10,600 test. Mostly 10,600. That's really what I'm eyeing. If we can close above that, the 250, 300 range. But vice versa, I think if we break below 10,000, I definitely think we could possibly go down to 98.9. I might do a quick swing trade from 10,000, and look to cover, somewhere in this resistance box between 98 and 9,900. May do a little quick swing trade, we'll see. But right now, I'm definitely not longing. Just to be transparent with you guys, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. But I don't like how these EMAs, they're all clustered and we're pointing to the downside right now. But man, if we do go up to 10,600 though, what you will start to notice is these EMAs will start to curve. And that, that could feed the next run. We'll see. But I don't like how, if you go to our... Oh man, Sporia, nice trade. Nice trade.
You are my hero.
Man, that's beautiful. Because damn, on that last dump, we literally went to what, 9,750? You were like 50 bucks off from the exact bottom. That's a great trade, Sporia. Congratulations. But no, we break and close a daily under 9,500, 9,600. I'm probably gonna go insanely high. I like high margin trading. Yep. It's the world's best casino, ain't it? I think it's more exhilarating than any craps table, If I catch a breakout, I always go to 50x, 75. Jesus. Do you go in with your entire account value all in one trade? Do you use a 50x but a small position of your portfolio, or do you use your entire portfolio? No. Okay, I was like, damn, son. Have you ever seen that movie, The Gambler, with Mark Wahlberg, where he just walks to the table every time and he just pushes the chips forward, like he goes all in every single time? I feel like some people do that with crypto. Nice. Hey, that's a beautiful trade. 500 to 34. That's amazing gains, man. Once again, congratulations. Seriously. That's a really great trade. Yeah, but we break 95 and we close a daily under it. I don't want to use the term, bet in the house, but I will probably go fairly decent into a trade. Affects the health. Oh yeah, lack of sleep, anxiety. Yeah, I've had a little bit of luck here on my streamer's account. we started with what, like 3% of Bitcoin, and just in the last week or so, I've gotten it up because I wanted to get this number a little bit higher, so we'd have more fun to play with. We're almost up to 8% of Bitcoin now. We went from like, what, 350, 400. I'm almost up to 800 now. And I've been super busy this week, so that's been pretty good for me. It's really hard trying to manage the streamer's account, flipping over, going to my long account. It's been a lot of back and forth. Oh yeah, wrong account. Definitely not trying to long. Definitely not trying to long 250K. Not on this account. So, fingers crossed. But hopefully we'll get an actual live stream where we can live trade. I feel like somebody watches my stream, like market makers do, and they physically sit there and they're like, we're going to keep this in a $50 trading range. Nothing happens. Nothing at all. But just for some of the new people that have came in today, if you follow our Discord, you already know. We do not have a date set. Because I'm waiting for my new mic to come in, and I'm probably going to get a new webcam. I ordered the mic actually today, so it should hopefully be in a few days. Hoping by Monday it's in. But we are going to, I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or a static video, but it looks like I'm going to be doing a stream with CryptoFace for all the new people in. So it's really going to help grow our community family. I'm really excited for it. You know, I really do respect CryptoFace. He's a good guy. He's a good trader. And overall, I think he's just a good person. He can be a little bit conceited, but honestly, he's earned it, He's done really good trading. And, I know a lot of people give him crap because he's had a lot of live streams, trades that maybe go backwards. But that just comes with the, you know what I mean? It happens. And honestly, I think that proves legitimacy when you do have bad trades. Because if someone just tells you they never lose, like, I never lose, they're probably lying. Proof of losses is actually important to me. Yeah, it's impossible. People give him shit. They'll give him crap. They'll be like, I saw your trade, it went south, He's made so many good trades. And you get these people that just want nothing but bad stuff. They only look for the negative. They only look for the negative. But no, if I see a trader's channel and they only show the good trades, that's why, guys, you've never seen me go live and I'm already in a position, I'm up 40%. If I enter a position, yeah, technical analysis only gets you so far. It's not a crystal ball. It definitely is not. I mean, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Market Ciphers made trading 10,000 times easier for me. Market Ciphers really changed. Technical analysis is great, but Market Ciphers really what helped me to become more of, I don't want to say I'm an elite trader, but it's made my, I win roughly about 65 to 70% of my trades. And honestly, that's perfect for me. If I can be right 70% of the time, I am completely happy with that. But Market Ciphers really made trading easier for me. So we're kind of just chilling now, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I have a mind-pounding headache right now. I have no idea why. I think it's because I've only ate once today. But I call it almost like a hangover headache. Like, my head is pounding. Let's see here real quick. see if my deposit came in today. So just to let you guys know, tomorrow is our community BYOB stream. So just know we're gonna do your coin request. Everything's gonna be like normal. I think we're gonna do, because I really enjoyed it, and it kind of, because some people don't like rap music and stuff like that. I think because 80s music is pretty universal. There's not a crowd that really hates 80s music. So just be prepared. Tomorrow we're gonna have an 80s themed community night. So I'm gonna be wearing my Chiefs jersey because it's Red Friday here in Kansas City, and I gotta support my Chiefs. So no, be prepared to have some fun tomorrow. We're gonna listen to 80s music. We're gonna look at your coin requests, and it's probably gonna be another 4 to 5 hour stream. We're still gonna do our cup of coffee stream in the morning, but just know I'm probably gonna cap it at maybe 2 hours max. So we'll do about an hour, maybe 2 hour cup of coffee stream in the morning. I'm probably honestly gonna make it fairly, let's just say it'll happen before 11 a.m. tomorrow. My head is pounding tonight, so I don't want to say, oh, it's going to be 7 o'clock in the morning, and then my headache keeps me up till 1 in the morning. I have to have at least 6-7 hours of sleep. So, but no, tomorrow is it's going to be 80s themed community night. If you drink alcohol, make sure to go to the liquor store. We're going to start it earlier though, so just remember that, guys. I'm gonna start the stream early because, like I said, we're gonna go 4 or 5 hours, and I don't really like streaming till 2 in the morning, so I figured we'll start probably about 7 and we'll go to like midnight. So no peer pressure. If you're sober, you don't drink, no peer pressure. But if you do drink and you want to celebrate with the community and have a good time and listen to awesome 80s hair metal and 80s music in general, it's going to be a good time tomorrow night. Maybe Bitcoin will actually move. We'll do some intoxicated TA trading. That'll be fun. Or it'll be like our last 10 streams where I go live and absolutely nothing happens. I don't even think Bitcoin's moved $50 in this whole stream tonight. We've been live for 2.5 hours right now. I don't even think we've moved $50. We started at like 10,100 and we're sitting at 10,123. So, I'm here for you guys. I am going to be on Discord for probably the next 2 hours. Is there anything specifically you would like me to look at? Because I think I need to go get some food and ibuprofen. My head is just absolutely pounding right now. I'm getting super light sensitive. But I wanted to make sure I let you guys know, especially if you're not on our Discord. I know some people don't use, social media platforms like that. But I'm really excited to possibly, to be streaming with CryptoFace here soon. So that was the big news. We're going back to our normal, live streaming schedule. There was simply a 2-day break, because I had a family emergency. I let you guys all know on Discord. So, but luckily everyone's doing okay. You know, so everything's back to normal. I'm gonna have a studio mic coming in here, so our sound quality, I'm gonna get this gamer headset off. Eventually, I'd like to get like a 4K, a nice crisp, and I'm gonna get some like lights in the background. I think I'm gonna buy another Chiefs jersey to frame. And I'll get some lights so it's a more nice, you know, backdrop. I need to actually replace our what do you call it? The fan in our room that has a light on the roof. Sorry guys, my head's pounding. I need to rewire it because they only have these small light bulbs that go into it. But I'm gonna redo all of the lighting in here. You know, so it's all gonna be about improving the stream. So, you know, even though I haven't been on as much the last 2 days, you know, I've tried keeping you know, updated with the charts on Discord, but I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I'm really excited to have our studio mic coming in. So I'm just really excited, you know, with how the stream's coming along. Our community's growing nice and good. You know, between Twitch and YouTube now, I want to say we're like at 140 members. And I'm really excited to see the growth we're going to have once we go onto the Crypto Face channel. Because like I said, he has like 20,000 subs. So that's going to be really major for the channel. So I'm really excited for that. All right. I'm gonna get our traditional farewell music going here. I'm a huge Chiefs fan, by the way, guys, so you can pretty much always guarantee our farewell song is gonna be the Red Kingdom song. And it is nothing against you if you're a Chargers. I mean, I don't really I hate Raiders, but it's nothing against you personally. You know, we might be enemies on the field, but I still love you in person. So don't be intimidated if you're a rival of the Chiefs. You're still gonna be respected in our community and cared for. So, but on Bitcoin here, god dang, that dog dander, it's making my nose itch, you know, like crazy today. But you're gonna have resistance here. I'm sorry, your support from 9,800 to 10,000. You're gonna have pretty major resistance from 10,250 to 10,300. If you can close a 4-hour candle above 10,300, it's a pretty safe bet. We're gonna at least hit 10.4, but I'm fairly confident we're gonna go up and test the 10,600 mark. So you break above 10,300, you close a 4-hour candle above it, even a 2-hour really. Okay, so you close a 2-hour candle above 10,003, but preferably a 4. I think we're definitely going to go up and test 10,006. That's where your more major resistance is. And then of course, if you break that 10.6 mark, the next area we'll be eyeing is roughly about the 10.8 to 11.2. Basically our old trade setup. Now let's say we just start massively crashing. You still have your 98 to 10,000 support. But guys, just remember, take a note on this. It's very, very important, okay? On your EMAs. Your 100 moving average is very important on your daily. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. You guys can make your own assumptions, but if we close a daily candle below the EMA 100, which is right at about, it's really between 9,000, so 9,500 and 9,600, I believe that's going to be the mark of the bear trend. Yes, you do have your 0.5 Fibonacci retracement at 8.5, 8.6, but every YouTuber and his mom is calling for a bounce there. I think market makers are going to fake a bounce, and then they're going to drop the hammer, and it's absolutely going to get ugly. And it's right, and quite frankly, you have major support where this bull run really took off. If you don't, if you weren't around, here, this is roughly what, May, June. We were sitting at about $7,500. Okay. So, and right at about, that $7,800 area, not only do you have major support, but your last area is your EMA 200. Now you break this, we're definitely going into a bear market. We break below 7,000. I mean, honestly, we close a daily under 7,500. I mean, honestly, I think the bear market could get very, very nasty. And I'm not trying to say I'm predicting a bear market. We always have to be prepared for what's next, okay? So please don't assume that I'm just a major bear or I'm a trader at heart, guys, okay? Traders, traders in the long run, if you believe in Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin is going to earn you more Bitcoin than just sitting here and holding these positions when you're majorly in losses, okay? So just be very careful. Yeah, Sporia, I totally agree. That 10.5, 10.6 range would be a nice little pump for market makers to get a better entry short, and then, they could possibly drop the rock. So, I completely agree with that. So, just to reiterate one time, please, on your daily time scale, if there is anything you take out of this stream, if there's one thing, okay, watch your daily time frame. Look at your EMA 100. Your EMA 100 is going to be, honestly, it's going to signal where Bitcoin's going to be going in the next 3 months. You close a daily candle under 9,500, pretty much at EMA 100 on the daily time scale. That is, to me, going to signal I'm going to go extremely heavy into a short. Alright? So, but you have short-term support at 9,800 to 10,000. You have resistance from 10,250 to 10,003. Sporia pointed out pretty good. It's looking like, if we do break this, the 10.3 area, we close above it, like a 2, at least a 2, but I'd like to see a 4-hour candle above it. I'm fully expecting a 10,600 test. So 10.5, obviously, it seems pretty likely, if that is to occur. So I'm still undecided on how I'm going to react if we do break 9,800. I will, I am not going to enter or exit positions without letting you know on Discord. I will let you know all my moves, how I'm trading. If I see anything on the charts, I promise to let you know. Possible double. I'm looking at your chart now, Sporia. Hey, nice. You're using the Bybit. 6 hour? Man, I need to just stop being cheap and buy this thing. I'm so cheap, man. Alright. Let's see what we look like. I see. So you're basically... one second, let me get that off. So you're calling something like... I don't know why that keeps coming up. Man, it is annoying. I don't like this angle, though. Maybe I'm just not seeing the wick since I don't have a 6 hour. So you basically have this almost in like a major ascending triangle then, aren't you? I guess it would be more like a... Oh, there you go. I can see it much better now. I see. So you're playing the tops like this. All right. It kind of checks out. I like to see at least 3 touch points. When I'm doing like analysis in my trend lines, I like to see at least 3 trend lines before I call it valid. I can see it. You got 1, 2, and 3. The 1, 2, or no, I guess it'd be 1, 2. Oh, okay. So you're calling it like this. You got the 1. You have your 2. And then what? You're going to call it like this, and this is 3? Is that what you're talking about, Sporia? You have your smile, like you have your 1, your 2, and then your 3? I swear, were you the one that came up with that? Well, you always have me thinking deep, man. There's like my last stream, man. You came up with something, and it's like, man, I'm almost 100% sure it was you. I like it though. See, this is why I love you guys. You know, we're a community. We're all about helping each other and thinking outside the box. And honestly, that would make a ton of sense. Because if you look at this, all right? I believe we talked about this last time. I'm serious. I'm 1,000% sure this is you now. Because if you think about it, look, you have your lower, you have your high. You have your lower high. You have your lower high. And then over here, guess what? Your other lower high.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm beat.
Man.
I thought I was a goner there.
And this would put us, if you think about it, and if we legitimately did break 9,500 after we hit this top up here, which is, if you look at it, at the top of this, our resistance line right here, look at this. Our resistance box is going to be butting up. By the time we hit it, we're most likely, this is going to be converging together. So we could literally go like this, hit our resistance box, and then go down and drop out of it. I don't know why my mouse keeps doing this. It is so annoying. But if you think about it, we would go up. You know, it's not going to be straight up, but we'll hit it. We'll hit that top of that resistance box and our downward sloping resistance line, and then fall down. Man. Very interesting. All right, chat. Bitcoin's doing the most movement we've seen all day. We're at 10,160. We moved up a whole $40. We moved up the most in the last 15 minutes, and we have all stream $40. Are we mooning? Is this it? Right now, we have just been lacking on the on the trading content because it's just been so slow on the volume. Hey, how you doing, bro, Balone? Nice to see ya. Talk about low volume, though, man. Bybit's only done $500 million in contracts. Shoot, there was a day, like, for the past week, we've been going at least 750, 800. I mean, when we're actually really moving or dumping, we're doing like 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion. Alright, let's see here. Sure. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. So, who knows? Maybe we'll catch some buys here. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is I need to get rid of this headache. It's starting to hit me kind of hard now, and I've only ate once today, and it's almost 11 o'clock here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm gonna go take some ibuprofen. I'm gonna see if that gets rid of my headache. I'm gonna hold off on taking my sleeping medicine because Bitcoin tends to like to, usually right when I get off stream, Bitcoin goes, the volume comes in dramatically. But it's too late because I've already taken my sleeping meds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm gonna take some ibuprofen, and I'm gonna be on the Discord for the next hour or so. You know, if Bitcoin doesn't really start moving in the next hour, maybe hour and a half, I'm going to go ahead and take my sleeping meds because we're going to do a cup of coffee stream in the morning. And remember, tomorrow is 80s community night. We're going to listen to 80s music. It's going to be 80s theme. If you drink alcohol, you know, get ready to drink on the stream. You know, it's going to be like every other stream. We're going to do your coin request. You know, everything's going to be just like normal. And just to reiterate, especially, you know, if anyone did pop in last minute, you know, there was only a little, I've been working behind the scenes quite a bit. You know, I had some family issues, you know, like medical issues that I had to tend to the last 2 days. So, you know, there was no hiatus or anything like that. But I have an awesome studio mic coming in. I'm still looking into webcams, like a 4K one. And I'm also looking into getting another Chiefs jersey to put in the background here. Because I got to support my team. And, you know, finally, if you just popped in, here in the next week, I would think, maybe 2, we're supposed to be doing a live stream or a static video with CryptoFace. I am. So I'm very, very excited for that. You know, from a community standpoint, that's going to be a lot of exposure for us. So I'm super excited to grow our community family. So like I said, I'm going to sum up Bitcoin real quick, but I'm going to go eat some food. I'm going to get some ibuprofen in. I want to try to kick this headache because it's pretty nasty right now. But I'm going to be on Discord for the next hour or so. I'm going to watch the Bitcoin price. If we're not really moving in the next hour and a half, I'm just going to let you guys know. I'll post it, you know, any kind of chart changes, I'll let you know in the Discord. But, you know, if Bitcoin doesn't start moving in the next hour, once I get off stream, I'm going to call it a night. My head is pounding. So, but if not, let's say Bitcoin starts dumping or we start mooning for some reason in the next hour and a half, I'll hop back on live. So, I'm going to do a quick summary on Bitcoin. You have temporary support at 9,800 to 10,000. Our trade setup that we're watching for. Oh, I think my box moved. If you break above 10,300, it's the 10,250 to 10,300. If you can hold a 2-hour candle above it, preferably a 4, I think we're going to go and test the 10,600. The 10,600 mark. If there is anything, if you didn't remember, you know, if you didn't catch on to anything on the stream, this is the one thing, this is the most important thing I want you guys to remember. This is my parting gift. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. That doesn't say it has to happen today, a week from now, 2 weeks. If we break 9,000, between 9,500 and 9,600, and we close a daily candle, and we close a daily candle, this is on the daily time scale, your EMA 100, if you close a daily candle under this right here, we're going to go into a bear trend. And I believe we're going to go right through 8,500. We might have a small bounce to get people to FOMO into the 0.5 fib retracement, and then we're just going to plummet right back down to at least the 618, which is at roughly about 7,500. And if you look, guess what's right at 7,500? Your EMA 200. So that's my parting gift. Something for you guys to think about, while I'm off stream. Look on your daily time scale. Use your EMA 100. If we break that, to me, that's probably going to signal the end of this bear run. Bull run. So, as always, I'm going to part you with my... I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm really excited. So tomorrow for 80s night, I'm going to be wearing my Chiefs jersey because it's Red Friday and I got to support my team. So, but I will be on Discord for the next hour and a half. You know the drill. If we get, if we start catching a lot of volume, I'll hop back on. But, worst case, like I said, I'll be on Discord for the next hour. We're going to have our morning cup of coffee stream tomorrow, sometime before 10, 11 in the morning. It's probably only going to be slightly over an hour because we're going to be doing at least a 4 or 5 hour stream tomorrow night. I'll let you know tomorrow, but we're honestly going to probably start between 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow, so we can call it a stream by midnight, 1 o'clock. So be prepared. It's 80s night BYOB. I'm very excited for it. It's my favorite stream of the week. So thank you for each and every one of you for being here. Let's go to our dashboard real quick. So Colin Inch, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Actually, let's go to my... I just want to make sure I'm not missing any followers here. You all are important. Let's go here to my Yahoo. It'll tell me. Alright, so for our new followers, Colin Inch and Al Palsic, ALPASLC, thank you for the follow on Twitch, and welcome to the community. Check our Discord links below in the panels. We have an amazing community down there, and we'd love to have you. We have a whole bunch of not services, but things we support you on. But besides that, guys, you know the drill. Worst case, I will see you in the Discord, and then tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. Go Chiefs.
Kansas City. You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great, and we flaunt it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe. Loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these cleats. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Chiefs Kingdom. Got to lovers, got some other beasts. Bring them, mop them up and stop them. Got the heat, sting them. You hot when we stop ya. Dropped when he rock. Got blocked in me casa. Ball in my city live. But I find a raw one to get beside. My lucky numbers are 15, 10, 87, 29, 7, 50, 95, 55. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Strange music. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Go Chiefs. Let's roll, baby.
Thank you, everyone.